Welcome. Welcome. Oh, hello. There I am. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are we all? Bit of mild coughing. Going on there. Sorry about the coughing. Dry throat. Hang on. Not very prepared. Hang on. Let's start that all over again. Hello, welcome to the Doom Vlog episode 44. 44. That's just 8. You know what I mean. Welcome to the Doom Vlog episode 44. Few things to talk about. We don't have a ton of stuff today. Not a ton of stuff. I just realized I never see my top teeth when I talk. I don't have a ton of stuff, but we have some stuff to talk about. We have some physical media. We do have some news. We do have some toys. We have some toys. We don't have mail, though we do have mail on the way. So we've got mail for another time whenever it decides to turn up. We definitely have news. I already mentioned news, but we definitely have news. But first and foremost, yawning early. First and foremost, I got in here quite late as usual. But I did manage to get everything done I wanted to get done before starting, which is good, though a little bit later than normal. I hope you're all well. How are you all? I hope you're well. Just letting you know that I'm here with my camera, my buddy, my master at arm's length, my filthy compatriot, who he's always there for me. That's Roddy, Rotten Roddy. The moniker is Rotten Roddy. We know why it's called Rotten Roddy. If you want to know and you don't already know, please go ahead and ask me. You've noticed I'm probably wearing a Force Awakens shirt. We'll get into that in a second. Rotten Roddy, what can we say about Rotten Roddy? All-knowing, ever-present, all-seeing. I'm saying this all back to front. All-knowing, ever-present. No. What do we say about Rotten Roddy? Ever-present, all-knowing, all-seeing, unjudgmental. Say it so often you'd think I'd remember it. Yes, he's a good camera. He's a good camera. He's a good guy. I'm wearing a Force Awakens shirt. The least hated of the sequel films for me. The least hated. At least the first half of it. Before I started hating it. And this shirt was bought to me. There's my English. But this shirt was bought for me by my mother-in-law when she found out I like Star Wars, and she found it somewhere, God knows where, I have no idea, years ago, and she bought it for me. I love that she did that for me, so I do wear it. The Stormtroopers don't look too bad. And Kylo Ren could have been good. I had high hopes for him. But yeah, he became Kylo Ren. He's always upset and angry and having tantrums. I think that was coined by, I don't know if it was coined by the Critical Drinker or Nerdrotic or Mauler or somebody. Somebody on one of those channels gave him that name. Welcome, guys. Sorry, I'm very tired. I actually have a bad neck tonight too. I think I slept wrong yesterday, so you may see me twinge every once in a while. You may see me twinge. We're here for chatting. And beer, and why is my YouTube doing that? Hello to viewers. Sorry for boring the shit out of you at the beginning of my episode, but I kind of have a track record of doing that. What is this telling me? I can now do what? What is YouTube telling me? Now you can invite other people to help you manage your channel on YouTube. Great. No, I'm not going to do that. Thank you very much, though, for offering. All right, so here we are. We're live. We've got 2 live viewers. Thank you for dropping by to have a chat with me. I do hope you brought a beer. I do hope that you have some alcohol of some kind. Thanks. Some dude 936, aka Mr. Mark McBride. He is here. Welcome, Mark. Welcome. Well, I missed you last week. I don't think I saw you last week. I don't think I saw you last week. Well, welcome. welcome. I hope there's no delay in this. Glad to have you here. And there is 2 people. Somebody might stay, or there might be more. Who knows? I did put the word out. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so we're going to have a drink tonight. So I hope you brought something. I don't know if you just like having a Pepsi, or you just, you want to drink some good old wholesome water like I do most of the time. Energy drink, something like that. But if you can, break out the beers, break out the Guinness, break out the shandies, the port, the porter beer, which I almost bought today. I didn't buy porter though. I was very tempted to try it. I have a beer in the fridge. Actually, it's right next to me right now. I just took it out with a frosty glass, and we're going to have a beer in a second, and then we're going to talk about physical media and other things amongst all of that chaos. So welcome to the 2 live viewers, and we are going to move on to our very first segment without much ado. I could ramble on a bit, but there's no point really with a bad neck and, being a 52-year-old gentleman who's talking to a reluctant camera in a overfilled studio full of movies. I do have a couple of Star Wars movies playing sideways over here. I've got my VCR. I have the very first Star Wars movie. Well, not the first, but the number one, which was made after the original 3. The Phantom Menace is playing on VHS, which is, I think I had it going last week as well. I just put it on because it's long. I do have, I think I'm on discs now because I'm not on Disney Plus at the moment. I've kind of done the old to Disney Plus. We got rid of them. Might get it back on in the future just for a few things, but got rid of them. Back to physical media. I'm watching Rebels. So, well, I'm not watching it. It's just playing in the background. And over here, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Over here, there's a movie. There's a movie over here that you'll all know. You'll all know it. Whether you'll be able to see it, because I will get dinged if you can see it properly. You'll know it. You'll know. You might know it. I reckon you would know it. If you're older like me, or maybe a little bit younger than me, you'll probably know it. If you like comedy, you'll probably know it. If you like people that make movies like Spaceballs and I can't give it away too much, other movies of the old comedy era, you might know it. So go ahead and put your guesses in the chat, or if no one's gotten it by the next morning, go ahead, replay crew, and put it in the comments. You might know it. If you get glimpses of clarity in the background, you might see it and you might know it. But first and foremost, let's do the very first thing that we always do before we ramble on about movies and other things. Let us go ahead and have a beer so that we can get a bit tipsy and talk shit about everything around us, and hopefully not do anything to offend anyone, because I feel like I'm veering in that direction, to be honest. I have opinions about things, and most of the time I try to be very not diplomatic, but I try to steer clear of the things that I think might offend someone. So I'm not that kind of person. I kind of speak my mind, but I do have a lot of opinions that I would love to voice at some point in time. I just don't know how they're all going to go, because people can take them the wrong way. Maybe tonight, maybe another night. Oh, Mark is saying, interesting fact from this week, James, I can't see very well. James Corti illustrated the famous Lord of the Rings poster. Went on to be founding member of the 90s Electro KLF. No way. And the Time Lords. He was KLF and the Time Lords. He was 17 when he drew that poster. Are we talking, which poster, Mark, are we talking about here? Are we talking about the one that I think, is it the one that I own, that like old weird kind of one? No, it can't be that one. The really brown, grey kind of one? Maybe it is that one. You have a copy of it too. So I think, is it that one? With the golem in the center, and then all of the different... I don't care if it's quite irrelevant to my show. To be honest, I'm happy for anything to pad out my rambling. Because, I have one thought that... The famous one, so the one you own and the one that I have rolled up that maybe I'll put it on the ceiling. I've been meaning to put posters on the ceiling. The one with Gollum in the center with his hands in the water, and then all around the outside in greys and browns. Yeah, that one, cool. Awesome. Wow, did not know he became a founding member of the 90s Electro KLF and the Time Lords. Didn't they, are they the ones that did the KLF? Is that them? KLF. KLF's gonna rock you. That one? Or is it a different KLF? Or is it a punk band? Maybe it's a punk band. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna guess KLF. KLF's gonna rock you. Because your last words... Well, they did, and I think the KLF did change a lot of their style throughout the 90s as well, if I do recall. I don't know much about them. I've heard a few various songs of theirs. That's not those guys that did All Aboard for Moo Moo Land, or was that somebody else? Because I really did not like that song. All right, so we are going to move on to beer, which I was about to do just before. Let's drink some... Let's do it just like Jack Sparrow and then talk like Jack Sparrow after a few. Oh. Doctor in the House. Oh, well, oh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to have a think on that one because I do think I know which one you're talking about. I think I'm gonna have to have a mull on it in a minute and remember. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's move on to beer before I forget to do it. I don't want to not drink beer. I brought it and I want to drink it. Let's go beer. Sorry, that was probably really loud. I don't know why my levels were pushed up so high. I was trying to mess around with them the other day, and I felt like some of them were too loud, and maybe I was too quiet, and so I was like messing around with them. I think I left that one too loud. So if I burst your eardrums, you can't hear me right now, so my apology means nothing. But if you can hear me, I am sorry. All right, so let us talk about the beer that I brought today. Oh, it's already defrosted my glass. What's the point in putting the glass in the fridge if it's not going to stay frosted? I should have put ice in it. That's what I usually do. I should have done that. I've got my This Is The Way schooner, which is still surviving. I've lost a bit more of the S in This Is The Way, but that's okay. So I've got the schooner glass, This Is The Way, and today's beer is a Vietnamese beer. Now, I'm really quite fond, clearly, I'm really quite fond of tall beer cans. I guess most people are if they can get their hands on them, but I really like to knock at a regular size can if I can. I really like to have as much beer in a can as possible. So I've been trying to find some of the taller cans, and I ended up picking up this premium lager. It's 4.5% alcohol volume. Brewed in Quang Ngai province, Vietnam, with 100% premium malt and hops. And that beer is Nam Nam Ali. So we're going to try this out, and I'm going to tell you whether I like it, but it don't mean that you're going to like it. So I can recommend it, but if your taste buds are different to my taste buds, which I'm going to assume is the case, because that would just be weird that you would have the exact same taste buds as mine, or maybe you stole them. In which case, give them back, but don't give them back. You can keep them. I don't want them, actually, now that they're in your mouth. Nam Nam Ali. The dates are... Oh, is that... I thought it was a date. Oh, it says beer bar. Beer bar. I thought there was dates up there. Shows how bad my eyesight is. Okay, so it says fresh beer, drink ice cold. So I guess beer is beer. I'm gonna make that assumption. That shows how smart I am. Brewed in Vietnam. So it's only 4.5, I think it said. Yep, that's okay. So, look, I do like stronger beer. I just don't like it when it's mostly just the taste of alcohol. I want the beer taste to taste like beer, and I don't want to be tasting beer-flavored alcohol slurry. It's not good. So if you can make a strong beer, if you can recommend a strong beer that's not strong in the way of I'm just tasting alcohol, I want to taste the beer. And the alcohol can do whatever in the background. I don't really give a shit. As long as it gets me tipsy and then drunk eventually, I just don't want to taste it. Just that gross, horrible alcohol. I bought a 7 or 8% beer once. I think it was called Lion. We did it on one of the streams. A couple of times I had like a 6-pack. I drank a few of them. A few of them I got halfway through and just tipped outside because it was just too strong. And I don't like tipping out beer. So let's just open this up before I talk some more. And let's pour it in this now quite cold, quite warm, I should say, quite warm cup. Oh boy, it's going to be frothy because it's a lager, lager, lager. I wonder what Paul Hogan would think of my beer pouring skills. He used to be the face of beer in Australia back in the old days before Crocodile Dundee. Come on, you can do it. Just get the rest of it in there. There we go. Perfect. Hate wasting beer. I don't know if you can see by the lights next to Roddy. It looks darker on camera. It's probably because my hand's behind it and there's no light behind it. But it's quite yellowy, crisp, and very bubbly. And the head on it is very aerated. I can't really show you that very well. It's very airy and it looks like it's going to go down very, very quickly. I don't know all the terminology for all you beer aficionados out there. You're a bit weird. I'm not saying that to offend you, but you're a bit weird. You've got your own language, lacing on the glass, and I don't know, all the other shit that you talk about. I get what you mean, but don't get technical. It's beer, all right? If it laces on the glass, great. Does it get me drunk? That's all I care about. I don't care if it laces the glass. I don't care if it French kisses the glass, as long as it does what it's supposed to do and it tastes good. So let's give it a go. It's actually quite nice. I like a Asia Pacific beer. Not all of them. Well, actually, I shouldn't just say Asia Pacific. The beers in Bali were very nice. I've had beers from other Asia Pacific regions that are very nice. It just seems like maybe in the heat, it's just made for the heat, maybe just to get you through, relax you, make you feel good. That's very nice, actually. Nam Nam Alley. Anyone had a Nam Nam Alley? Anyone been down a Nam Nam Alley? That might be right up your alley. Oh boy. I tell jokes like that at work, and not that I want to talk about work, but I tell jokes like that at work, and I get rolled eyes all the time, or I get the, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you're such a dad. I'm like, guilty as charged. Very, very nice. Let's put that right near my elbow so I can knock it over when I'm not watching what I'm doing. All right, so before I begin with the next thing, which is let's get physical media, this cable is really not doing me favors. As you recall, last week I had to rewire my microphone, and now I've got this stupid cord hanging down. I like things being neat. Maybe can I tuck it up there? Hey, that's the way. Tuck it up there. Stay. Yeah. It's specifically a Pacific beer. And if you're in the region, it is specifically a very specific beer. A very specifically Pacific beer, to be specific. Yeah, I had to rewire this, and it's kind of pissing me off, to be honest. I had it all neat, even though I hate my wiring right now. If you've ever wired up anything to anything else, and this whole room kind of is a bit of a fucking nightmare when it comes to wiring, because I'm the kind of person that if I can get it neat, I'll tape things down, I'll put things in tubes, runners, anything to keep them out of the way. But this room has reached a point where I just couldn't get it any better. I got a big, it's like a flat pile of just cables all on top of each other in the corner over there. And I don't know what to do about it because there's just so many. I've got like power boxes leading to power boxes leading to power boxes. It's a fucking mess down here. So this side here is kind of doing my head in as well because I've had to change everything around. I've got my 3.0 USB running my mic on the other side where I usually put my phone, where I usually do my lighting, all that stuff. Changed around because it wouldn't go on that side anymore. It wouldn't work. It was all fucked up. And now I've got everything else running from this. So I'm looking at trying to get some, I don't know, like a multi-box or something to work with it so I can plug like about 20 million USBs in there. and maybe it will start working better really soon. So I wanted to ask you all what you're watching at the moment, or what you have watched. What you have watched. Because I had leave not long ago, and god damn it, as I always do, I promised myself I'm just going to get up, I'm going to watch movies all day. And I did kind of do that a little bit, but I didn't do it anywhere near what I dreamt. I ended up doing the right thing and cleaning up around the house and tidying things and picking kids up from school and dropping them to school and dropping bikes to be repaired and all this other crap. In the meantime, I did actually not watch as many movies as I wanted, but I did watch movies. I watched the Johnny Depp movie. I'm just telling you what I watched. I watched the Johnny Depp movie and Angelina Jolie in The Tourist, which I owned on DVD. I just realized, look, I just found it. I've got to get rid of it because I've got it on Blu-ray. And I got a funny feeling. I was looking the other day. I swear I've got two of them. And I'm a bit worried about that because unless I moved it, I looked in my shelf and I'm like, I've got The Tourist there. It should be over there. And then I looked in a photo of where I put them last and there was The Tourist at the bottom. So I really hope I don't have The Tourist, because I've got Finding Nemo twice. I've got a couple of movies on Blu-ray that I didn't realize I had twice. But I guess I can reduce, so that's always a good thing. We'll have to double check. But it's a good movie. It's a good movie. See, I'm getting sidetracked. It's a good movie. That's my DVD. I'm going to get rid of that. It's a good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It did trick me a little bit in the middle of it. So I like thrillers that make me kind of go, all right, I've got to figure out who this person is. I got to figure out why this is happening. So I figured out a bit of it, and then I got tricked. It tricked me. And then I thought I knew who the instigator was, like the bad guy / good guy in it. And then I was like, oh, no, I'm wrong. And then at the end, I'm like, damn it, I was right. I just got sidetracked. Good movie. Yeah, it's fun. It's very simple. It's just a basic thriller. Bit fun. I wouldn't say it's funny. I don't think it's meant to be funny. It's got a pretty I wouldn't say it's got a complicated plot. It's just trying to figure out who's going to play who. Like the cops are chasing them, and Angelina Jolie keeps getting messages, and she's got to like find somebody to pretend to be this big shot that stole money, and she chooses someone, which is Johnny Depp, and then it kind of goes all over the place from there. But I thought it was good, and there's a few plot holes, there's a few little things in between that I wasn't 100% about, but I would say it's a pretty good thriller. Now, if you're a real kind of nitpicker, I'm sure you'll find something to dislike about The Tourist, but it gives you Chekhov's gun at the beginning for a few different things that later are set up to tell you why, when someone says something, that they mean it. So I can't fault it really for the Chekhov's gun sort of stuff. It's been put on the shelf, it's been shown to you, and it's going to get used later. So yeah, ultimately I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I also watched Super 8. Or as they say, the Stranger Things before Stranger Things was a thing. That's a stupid sentence. Stranger Things before Stranger Things was a thing. Specifically Pacific and Pacifically specific. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed myself with it. I feel like characters were underused. I feel like moments were played differently than I imagined they were going to be played. I also felt a little bit like they spent so much time developing the kids that they kind of, when they brought the adults in, all of the adult moments were very small. Like big things in the movie that were emotionally charged between the adults were kind of like glossed over very quickly. So you're like, oh, there's some friction there. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then you just don't hear any more about it. Like I kind of felt like the actors, good actors in it, the older actors in it were very well cast. I just feel like the dialogue was a bit weird, and I kind of feel like the conversations and the dynamics between the adults the kids were great actually, but the dynamic between the adults was really, I don't know, I felt like they must have edited stuff out and just never kind of fixed the continuity in it. Because I kind of felt like the adults kind of had this friction and it was never properly addressed. And when you reach the end of the movie, you're like, oh, okay. So no one really is going to talk about that properly. It just gets thrown in as a one line in a car drive without any kind of emotional resolution. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it. I would not say it's on the same level as Stranger Things. I would say that it is a good 80s style movie. I think it was shot incredibly well. I think that the pacing was really weird. I thought a lot of the pacing was really weird, actually. Started off really well paced and then it got a bit weird in between. Um, I think it was chopped or edited up a little bit strange. I just don't know if they completely gave every kid character the right amount of time to be shown on screen doing what they're supposed to do. The ending got really interesting. There's some, obviously it's about an alien. I'm not going to say anything about it if you've not watched it before. I mean, it's an old movie. I shouldn't really care. But then they went really deep into showing the alien. And it got really dark as well. Like the alien was doing some pretty fucked up stuff. But then there was the like, oh, feel sorry for the alien. And then help the alien. The alien's like, if the alien hadn't killed anyone, I think it would have been a bit more justified. It just felt a bit weird that, like, it was like, oh, we've helped the alien. Bunch of dead people lying around. But yeah, for the most part, enjoyed it. I just kind of felt like for someone like Steven Spielberg, was it just Steven Spielberg? J.J. Abrams, sorry, produced by Steven Spielberg, and J.J. Abrams. Now I'm realizing J.J. Abrams was the director. He's a bit like that. He's I don't know what's happened to J.J. Abrams. He was such a bright star. He was such a bright star, and some of his movies I enjoy, or at least partially enjoy. And sometimes I just wonder. I mean, J.J. Abrams got involved in Star Wars, and then what? Tenuous link. Angelina once married to Sick Boy. Reading the Trainspotting sequel from last year, like the rest of Irvine Welsh from this world. Good but not great. Sorry, Irvine. Trainspotting great. Hey, you can't be expected to like everybody's stuff all the time. And I get what you mean when you say sorry, because say if you love a creator or author or a director or an actor or whoever, you want to love everything they do. His Star Trek movie's good. I respect that you think all of his movies are good, and I'm not saying that to be smarmy or anything like that. We all have different opinions on it. I think his Star Trek movies were fun. I think his Star Trek movies were very different from the heart, the soul, the complications of the real show and the real movies. There's something, I know you could laugh because you could say that's, William Shatner was an overactor, and Dr. Spock, Leonard Nimoy was very pan-faced, I guess, but that's his character he's playing, and he helped develop that character. But it kind of felt like Spock in his movies was not the same, like quite emotional and quite weird. And Shatner's the character that plays Shatner, he was good. I enjoyed him, but it didn't feel the same. At the same time, though, I've got an awesome quality, which is that I can watch a movie, and if I realize it's not going to be up to my standards, I can often just shut off the stuff that bothers me and try to enjoy it as just a movie, almost like I'm watching something that's out of canon. But that doesn't always work, obviously, because some movies don't allow you to disassociate yourself from them. Yeah, it really did. It really did. I think before that even, I think before that, even he was on a downward spiral, to be honest. I don't think Star Trek earned him any awards in the Hollywood community. I feel honestly like these days you've got people that go, I could make a good blah. I could make a good this movie. I could make a good that movie, whether it's Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever. But the problem is then, if you are not a fan, and I don't mean like a fan, like, oh, I'm a fan, like anybody says when they want to be a part of the job. But if you're not a true fan, you don't know anything about the universe, you don't know anything about Gene Roddenberry, you don't know anything about how those movies and TV shows are all tied together, and you're not prepared to potentially research that. And I don't just mean watch a few episodes and go, I get it, but to literally delve into that world and see where the heart and soul of that series and those movies are. If you're not prepared to do that, and you're not prepared to see what the point of them is, you're not going to succeed. If you're like, I'm going to inject it with a bit of my kind of pizzazz, that's fine. But the very first thought in your head's got to be, how do I live up to what came before? Because if you want to go out as a director, a producer, and you want to get something that's holy to people and then say, I'm going to do it my way, you're right at a crossroads where you're either going to completely fuck it up, because there is no real gray area. You're either going to do a good job or you're not going to do a good job. And I think, honestly, that I don't think he did a good job with Star Trek. But I think that as a movie, it was fun to watch, but it wasn't Star Trek. It didn't feel like Star Trek to me. It felt like it wanted to be Star Trek, but it wasn't. And having said that, I've got them. I watched them. They're okay. They're fun. I just don't take them seriously. And that's what Star Trek people want to do. Maybe not his fault after Last Jedi. No, look, I was talking about doing one tonight, but I've been doing 10+ hour days at work lately because we've had hardly any staff. And I've literally, this isn't an excuse. I've had a chat to the guy that I was meant to be doing this thing with. He didn't have enough time, and I haven't had time to actually go over a few things with him tonight over the last few weeks, last week and the last few days. So we're going to chat on Discord and see if he can show me something about how to get his image up on the screen without bungling it onto my desktop cam. So we'll see how that goes. But I've been doing 10-hour plus days, plus travel. I mean, I got the company car and stuff, but it doesn't change the amount of hours I'm doing. So I come home at night and I literally eat, clean up, and I sit on the couch and I wake up on the couch at like 4 a.m. because I've passed out. So I just haven't had time for extra things, unfortunately, which is a bit disappointing. So maybe next weekend, we'll see how we go. I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time at the moment. Luckily, we've got Monday off here, which I didn't mention at the beginning of the vlog. It's some kind of public holiday. I don't even care anymore. I don't even keep track of public holidays. They're just weird. But if they turn up, great, I'll take them. But J.J. Abrams, yeah, like, I mean, look, honestly, he's dirt now in Hollywood. He had some choices he could have made. I just kind of feel like someone like J.J. Abrams comes along, he talks shit about how great he is and what he's going to do. He gets a franchise, he makes it his own, and then he just completely alienates everybody and everything around him. I just think in this day and age, and I'm not going to keep going on about it, but if you're going to be a director in this day and age and you're going to take on someone else's project, I'm just going to say this right to your face. If you're watching, anybody's watching that's a director or a writer or somebody who does something in Hollywood that's going to take on someone else's IP, for the love of God, respect the source material. Respect the source material. Don't be like, I'm going to innovate Star Trek. I'm going to innovate this. I'm going to innovate that. I'm going to turn it on its head. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants you to innovate the shit out of anything. We want you to make a new modern version, a upgraded, more stylistically fun, high def, excellently shot movie of the same thing. Yeah, make the movie better by doing a better job of the same thing. All right, get new actors, get whoever. Make sure it's true to the original source material. That's all we care about. Star Wars, that's why Star Wars died. All right, Star Wars 7, 8, and 9 just went downhill. Like they started those movies not even knowing what was going to happen next. They didn't have a plan. They didn't write out a script for all three. They gave up George Lucas's scripts that he had written. Yeah, thanks, George. He's like, I've written them and I've written treatments. Yeah, thanks, and just threw them in a fucking bin somewhere or in the cellar, and then just proceeded to do whatever the fuck they wanted randomly. Oh, now we're going to swap directors, and you're going to write the script, and now you're going to write the script, and can you fix this from that script because that movie turned out shit. Fix the movie. That's what happens. That's what happens when you ignore your audience. When you tell us all we're like, Gen X 50-year-old babies that cry about not liking things, and we're racist and we're sexist and we're misogynistic because we didn't like your movie. That's all it is. We didn't like your movie. You didn't do a good job. We were vocal about it. If you're going to treat us like we're the problem when you wrote the bad movie, that's what's going to happen. So you didn't stay true to George Lucas. You didn't stay true. Hang on. OBS is disconnected. Give me a second. Did I drop out? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? I just dropped out. Can you hear me all? Y'all? Can you hear me?
Can you all hear me?
I hope you can hear me. I dropped out and I don't know what's really going on. Let's double check if I've got viewers. 2 viewers down to 1. That's okay. Oh, good. My OBS studio, which is what controls my live stream, just dropped out and then reconnected, which is very strange. But yeah, ultimately, at the end of the day, I would love to do and I would like to do videos on movies and do deep dives on all that stuff. But ultimately, make a good movie is not just about what you want. It's not about like, I want to do it like this and I have these ideas and I'm going to turn it on its head and I'm going to do the reverse of everything and I'm going to make the Force, I'm going to make the Jedi neutral and bad, and I'm going to make I'm going to make the Sith ambiguous and possibly, neutral and grey and good. I'm going to no. I'm going to make lightsabers into whips. I'm going to stop it. Stop messing with the law. Stop cutting out the history that came before you. Star Wars is in a place now where we've had 70, 80, 90,000. We're close to 40, 50 years of history, an expanded universe, the expanded universe of Star Wars, all approved by George Lucas, all allowed to be canon. And all because Disney, Lucasfilm, Disney, Star Wars, Disney, Kathleen Kennedy said, no. We're out with the old, in with the new. That's no longer canon anymore. We're making a new canon. Well, nobody gives a shit. And you're on the way anyway, so who gives a crap anyway? We don't believe in your canon. We don't believe in any of that because you didn't respect the source material. You wanted to make this woke and stupid and make all of the men bumbling and then make all the women powerful, which, look, don't get me wrong, I love a powerful woman, especially in a movie. Don't get me started. I grew up in the 80s. I'm Gen X. We had nothing but powerful women on TV and in movies. Different kind of powerful. Actually, good powerful. But making it all whiny and weird and strange and, dumb down the men, make us stupid and make all of the Holdo maneuver, shutting everybody down. Kill off all our favourite characters, out with the old, in with the new. Goodbye Han Solo, goodbye Luke Skywalker, goodbye Leia. That's what's going to happen. Shit's going to hit the fan and it's going to backfire. And you're going to end up with people that you're going to call racist, sexist, misogynistic, anti-trans, anti-this, anti-that, because nobody likes your shit. Old movies, back in the day, did any producer turn around and say to the audience, you're a bunch of dickheads? Did anybody do that back in the day? No, because if something failed, it was on the studio, it was on the writer, it was on the director, it was on the producer. The movies that are made by people that have to take accountability for what they make. if an audience doesn't like it, and trust me when I say this, from the 70s onwards, from when Star Wars originally was made and people became fans of it, those fans from that era have spread their fandom to their kids, their grandkids, their friends. And we're not talking about hundreds of people, we're not talking about thousands of people, we're not talking about millions of people, we're talking about multi-millions of people who are now not really buying your stuff, who are not that interested in you anymore, who are disappointed, who have left, who have voiced their opinions. And then you say, oh no, they're toxic. Yeah, there's toxic people everywhere. There's toxic people everywhere. For people that read books, people who watch movies, the people who walk down the street, the people that you work with, the people that you see in the elevator, the people you see on the train. But guess how many percentages it is? It's like what? 5%? 10? Not even? 2? So when we say the majority of fans are toxic, who are you talking about? You're talking about the people that didn't like what you made. We don't live in an age where you can get away with that, unfortunately. You can't just blame everything on everyone else. So, unfortunately, that's what happens. If you don't respect the source material, if you don't like what you're working on, get someone else to work on it. Make a good movie. Put good characters. Oh my God, I say it every week. Good characters, good story, good locations, good environment, believable scenarios. I love stories. I read books. My friends read books. My friends watch movies. We want a good story. And when you go, I've got a good story because you think it's a good story, you better believe that it be a story that we would like. You better make sure it is, because just because you think it's a good story doesn't make it a good story. Throw a bunch of shit together and some special effects doesn't make it a good story. Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting. That's my opinion, and I would love to go much deeper than that without digging myself a giant hole and being called one of the above slurs that I've just talked about. Mark, what are you drinking? Are you drinking, Mark? Are you still working on that thing you're working on? Is it keeping you up still? Can I tell you a Star Wars story that I actually liked? That felt like a Star Wars movie. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't perfect. I mean, Andor was a great, segue towards this when they made Andor. Nice, slow burn. People complain about it, but I thought it was quite good. Rogue One was a good Star Wars story. It didn't even use proper Star Wars music. It didn't even really feel like it was meant to be exactly Star Wars, but it was a authentically well-written, well-made, well-shot, dark Star Wars story, and I liked it quite a lot. Still cop shit, and that, opinions are opinions, right? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Everyone's got one. That's okay. This is mine. All right. Now, I've had a little bit of beer. I've had a rant. And I'm sorry if I bored the shit out of you with my rant. I've got plenty more where that came from. I need to do some more videos. I need to make more time. What else did I watch? I think I watched... Do I have it up here? What have you been watching, Mark? Have you watched anything? Oh, I've been watching Jurassic. I watched Jurassic World. I watched then Jurassic World Fallen Order. I didn't mind Jurassic World. I kind of felt like it was very much like the first Jurassic Park. Just different, like they'd reset it and started again. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was interesting. It was okay. I enjoyed it just as an Jurassic Park kind of action-y movie. I can't say as I thought it was groundbreaking or anything like that. It was fun, different. It was different. It was fine. Dominion was not, the next one, Dominion was not on Netflix, so I didn't have it to watch, but we might talk about that afterwards. And then they've just released Rebirth, which I haven't seen. Obviously, I don't want to see it until I've seen Dominion. Hopefully Dominion's okay. It gets a lot of flack, Jurassic Park. And I don't think I've seen a lot of anything else besides those. I think I threw a couple of movies in not long ago, and I'm trying to remember which ones they were. There's quite a lot here I want to watch. All right, so let's move on to Let's Get Physical Media before we run out of time, because it's now 2:41 in the morning, and of course we are getting on. I don't have a whole lot to show you, but I've got a little bit. I'm going to do toys as well. So I had more toys, and I'm wondering what I did with them. Got a couple of toys, but that's okay. All right, so let us move on to Let's Get Physical Media.
Let's get physical media. I wanna get physical media. Let me hear your movies talk.
Let me hear your movies talk. I still don't know what Mark's drinking, but he might not be drinking. We usually break these into, excuse me, we usually break these into old things that I found, so things I found op shopping, and then things that I've bought. I can't obviously buy things all the time non-stop because Blu-rays, especially special editions, are expensive. And when I can, I will, but when I can't, I won't. And I don't have any mail. And some of it comes in the mail as well, but I don't have any mail this week. I don't even have any female. All the females are asleep. So it's just physical media tonight. So let me just reach back here. Let's do the old reach around. And just, that's not the right terminology, but you know what I mean. Actually, it's really not the right terminology, and you know that that could go quite badly for me if I say that again. Let me just reach behind here and get out what I have to show you. A little pile of things. I'm running out of room to actually stack them to show you. Here we go. I am still absolutely stoked about finding this in an op shop. I don't know, Mark, if you noticed this last week, if you watched last week, if you did a replay crew on it, but I found Trick or Treat, excuse me. I found Trick or Treat with Mark Price, Gene Simmons, and Ozzy Osbourne, obviously. Classic horror movie. I think it's from the 80s, isn't it? I do believe this is an Umbrella, possibly re-release. I couldn't tell you which year, but it's from the 80s. Yeah, in an op shop for $1. $1. And it's an authentic. So in terms of it being, it's an umbrella, old umbrella. It's an authentic horror release in terms of it being in the red case. I've been wanting this. I know I talked about it last week, so I won't go on about it. But this was on my list of like, will I ever own it? I mean, I'd prefer it on Blu-ray. That would be great. But look, beautiful, beautiful transparent red case, and the disc is pristine. So I am still very stoked about this. Very, very stoked. For $1, I never could have dreamed. Never could have dreamed. I did a video on YouTube showing everybody this find when I was in the op shop and talking about it. Classic resurrection of a rock and roll singer, a metal singer, who then, I believe, starts killing everybody. So for $1, very happy. That's going into my horror shelf. All right, let's talk about what I've got today. I picked a few things up. I'm starting to worry that I've got some already. Is that the one? Oh, I think I've got this one. Is that the same one? Hang on. Is it the same one? Oh, different cover? No, same cover. Yeah, I've already got it. It's okay. We can make this work for somebody else. That's fine. The receipt. Let's get rid of the receipt. I'm going to be down to really legitimately 2. Does anyone guess the movie, by the way? Anyone guess this movie? This movie here? This movie right here. Anybody guess it? Anybody guess it? Unsure? I can really imagine drinking that beer in a hot climate. In a hot climate. All right. Let's talk about the Blu-rays because there's more of those. Oh, there's less of those. No, not Planet of the Apes. If you're talking about what this movie is here, it's not Planet of the Apes. I should try to figure out how to do a zoom in on it, but I don't want to give it away. And I also don't want to get dinged by YouTube because that will happen. They dinged me for some trailers the other day, but they let them pass. We're going to do trailer trash tonight as well. And I wonder if I have this one too, but I can't see my original. It's in here somewhere. I've been trying to tidy up the Blu-ray shelf, but it does take time. Even beneath the... No, nothing to do with apes. I know you're obsessed with monkeys, but no, it's nothing to do with apes. Nothing to do with apes. It has something to do with history, though. If that makes any sense to you. I can't see where I've got these, but I think at least this one, I just found out I have. Oh, it's taped up as well. Bloody Vinnies, mate. What are you drinking, Mark? Don't say dog water. Unless dog water is actually a brand, in which case you should be telling me that because I'm thinking you're just joking, but really it could be just a brand of beer. Yeah, I will tell you what, I'll just for you, there's no monkey news, but that's to reiterate that I found this, well, it must be a year and a half, 2 years ago. Prison Hooch, very nice. I found this like a year and a half, 2 years ago on Blu-ray. It's Blu-ray, and it's got all of these movies. Does it show you them all? Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, Planet of the Apes 2001 version, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And that, I picked that up in an op shop. It's got all of them. They're all clean. They're in like a big giant case. I picked that up, and I think from memory, I think it was about 10 or 13 or $12 or something like that. I haven't had as much luck as I did back then with stuff, but I do find things occasionally. So this I need to check on. It's a twin disc. Is it DVD? Double play, Blu-ray and DVD, but I already own that one. Do I own the double? Oh, I don't own the double. That's very interesting. I might have to get rid of the other one and keep the double. Maybe I'll do that. All right, so and that is the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. Marvel's Avengers. I picked it up and I was like, do I have it? Yeah, it is mixing. It is mixing. I did have, do I still have it? I don't remember. I think I might still have it. I did have a set that I bought on DVD that has every single Apes movie, Planet of the Apes movie, on DVD. When I was in Hawaii. That was years ago. It was when I was married. Went to my honeymoon in Hawaii, and I bought it from a place there. There's not many places to get things in Hawaii. Though the op shops there are fucking wild. I mean, like, just wild. I found Running on Empty, and I don't mean the car movie. I mean the River Phoenix movie, Running on Empty, that I'd been looking for, but at Region 1, obviously. In one of those cardboard, what do they call them? They call them a media case or something like that. Has a little flippy plastic thing and it's got a cardboard cover. Wild stores. Huge. Like I walked in this op shop there, or thrift store, and it was like walked in a room like, oh, it's pretty large. And so I got to the end of the room and it was actually steps down, 3 steps down, into a room 3 times bigger than the first room. And it was one giant op shop. Had like a whole room for other stuff and discs and movies and music, and then the next room was just clothes. I've got to go back there one day. Roddy McDowell in Rise. Oh, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, my movie's rewinding on VHS. I was wondering what that noise was. Rise. Oh, Roddy McDowall. I never really considered that. Did he play the... Did he play the, like, what do I call him? The advisor ape? Not the leader, but the advisor? Was he the advisor ape? Like the one that's like trying to calm everyone down and he's actually kind of sort of on side of I can't remember now. It's too long ago. But I might keep this one because it's got the DVD and the Blu-ray. And the one that I have is just Blu-ray. So I might swap them. I do want to check the disc quality. We have to check the disc quality, as boring as it is on camera. Fucking hell, so clean. What is freaking going on? Both, I mean, smudgy and a little bit dusty, but not by much. I'm swapping them over because I didn't buy this one brand new anyway. So I'll swap them over. I bought them. I think that one I can't remember if I got on eBay. Quite clean. I'm just gonna swap them. Fuck it. It can go on the lists. Yeah. Wasn't he the advisor? Cornelius? Wasn't he the one that was like trying to calm everyone down? That was the name, Cornelius. Surely that's got to be the one I'm thinking of. Cornelius. Funny how the apes took human names. Where did they get them from? Books? Do you know a series I've never finished watching because I always fall asleep in it? Like, always fall asleep in it. Cannot fucking control it. Space 1999. I've seen various episodes, and I've tried to watch episode 1 and into episode 2. Just always fall asleep. And I loved that show. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with it. But as an adult, fall asleep in it every single fucking time. Please don't be a scratch. I think it might be okay. I think I have number 1 of this movie, which is this one. I can't find it, so I don't know if I do have it. I always see these out, and I always go, oh, I can't remember which one I own, so I don't get them. But this time I just picked it up because there was another one there. You get to hear me yawn over the top of Catching Fire. Hunger Games Catching Fire. Now, is that the 3rd movie? I don't even remember. Catching Fire and No, Catching Fire is number 2? Shit. I think it's number 2. Yeah, Martin Landau, yeah. The thing is, right, like, I will watch bits and pieces of that movie on YouTube all day. But if you make me sit through a full episode, there's something about the slow pace of the thriller kind of trying to figure out the problem and get solutions for it. I just fall asleep every single fucking time. I've tried to watch. I've got 2 seasons, Mark. 2 seasons of Space 1999 on DVD. Beautiful. One of them's still sealed. Just can't even get through 2 episodes. Just can't get through it. I don't know what it is. Is it just the slowness of the pace of the script? I don't know. It's fucking doing my head in. Yeah, but I've got Catching Fire on Blu-ray. I can't remember. I can't find it, so I don't remember if I've got it. I'll have to double check. I'm not going to make you all wait to figure it all out. But yeah, Catching Fire. Yeah, can I tell you something about the spaceship? I've got a real memory. The reason why I am quite fascinated with Space 1999 is that when I was young, I went to watch a movie. I can't remember what movie it was at the cinema. We didn't go to the cinema a lot. We weren't very wealthy. We were actually quite poor. And I was mostly with my mum. My mum was the matriarch of the family, and we didn't really have a proper dad around. And we went to the cinema every once in a while. I went to the cinema, and in the lobby of the cinema, there was a display case just against a wall. It was like the 80s. Had to be either late 70s or early 80s. There was a display case against the wall. and some posters obviously on the wall in frames. And in the display case was a very beautifully crafted large spaceship model kit made to take up most of the space in one of the shelves, and it was the ship from Space 1999, and I was fascinated with that spaceship. I just like all of the pipe work on the legs and body, how it's got that weird rigging around the outside of it. And that's what made me want to watch Space 1999, was that little model kit in a display cabinet in an old movie theatre that we went to. I could never even tell you where. It was somewhere in South Australia, I think. I can't really even recall. It could have been New South Wales. Anyway, I've got Catching Fire. I'll just have to figure out whether I've got this one or not. I think it's possible I do, but I'll have to figure it out. Where to put this? Where am I going to put it? I'll put it on the floor. It could be is the first Hunger Games just called the Hunger Games? By the way, you called Space 1999 Space 19,999. I don't know if you meant to do that. You being funny? Hunger Games, and then I found this one, which I'm going to have to peel the Vinnie's security tape off of, because that stops people. Is anyone a fan of Warhammer 40k? Anyone a fan of Warhammer 40k? Now, I don't mean, though I do like the original Warhammer, being the, you know, on knights and horses and goblins and all that shit. But I mean 40k, like the Space Marines. That's very fancy. Is that... Oh, it's Blu-ray and digital ultralight, which is just a disc that you download off of. Why can't it... That's Blu-ray too. Which one's the... Oh, bonus features. Just two, okay. I picked up The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Because I knew I had some Hunger Games, and I was sure I didn't have Mockingjay. Or because I split it, was Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. I don't have Mockingjay. $3 each. I should have mentioned the price, but $3 each. And this comes with a Blu-ray and a digital copy, which is this stupid thing that never seemed to work for me. I've never gotten these to work. Oh, shouldn't show you the code. Doesn't work anymore anyway. Oh, really? So you loved the first book, but everything after the first book you didn't like? I thought, what do you think about the movies? I thought the movies were really good. The disc's really clean. I thought the movies were really good. I think one of these is the movie. Well, I know one of these is the movie, and the other one says exclusive bonus features, which should be listed on the back somewhere. Bonus features: Rubble and Ashes, Utilitarian Chic, the Propos Team, and Combat Zone. Yeah, a bit fascinated with Hunger Games. I'm gonna have to give them a rewatch at some point in time. But that was only $3 and pristine Blu-ray disc. So I got 2 out of the 3. And the other one I already owned, but I swapped it for a single disc to a 2 disc. So I've got DVD and Blu-ray in one, which is always a bonus. I'm gonna have to swap beers in a minute. So I don't really have any DVDs because I'm trying to avoid buying them. But what I did do was I bought some VHS tapes. So I went to a larger Vinnie's up the road from me. Well, up the road quite a bit from me and around the corner. And I picked up some VHS tapes. The first one I'm going to show you is like awesome to find. Disappointing to see how it was housed. You'll see how it was housed. Oh my God. What do I have to do? Do I have to cut this up? I don't want to cut it up. The case is back to front because it was a slimline case, as in it was like a cardboard case. And then they did a cut box, but they did it the wrong way. So I love the book so much, I couldn't watch the movies, and the sequel books did nothing to advance the story, in my humble opinion. So when you say it didn't do, and I'm not grilling you, when it didn't advance the story. Look, I've got all 3 books. I should actually read them. I bought all 3 books after I bought the films because I wanted to have them, but I haven't read them. The books get, I mean, the films get quite full on. I would have thought that at least the books would have been like that, but better. So all of that fighting their way through the city, all that stuff wasn't good in the books. I don't know. I mean, you've read them, you would know, but you haven't watched the movies. I would think that if you only liked book 1 and you didn't like book 2 or book 3, that you should most definitely watch the movies. I'm going to assume you might have seen movie 1, but if you haven't, you should watch them. They're actually very good. Okay. So this is a cut box, but it's been cut the wrong way around. So it's doing my actual head in. I'm going to have to cut this. And I don't want to because they've cut the wrong spine onto it, which is hurting my feelings immensely. But there's no way around it. I'll put a smaller case on it, a slim case, and then I'll have to cut it. There's nothing I can do about it. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which was a fun movie. I loved it as a kid. Not my favorite of the movies. Definitely fun though. Definitely fun. I'm gonna say my Indiana Jones favorites are in order. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, then Temple of Doom, and then The Last Crusade. And then Crystal Skull, which I've learned to like a little bit more than I used to like. And the Dial of Destiny. Oh, it's so hard to like. But if you look at the side here, this is the spine. This is not the way VHS tapes go. That should be the face, but it's the rear. That should be the spine, which it is, and then that should be the back, but it's the front, because they've cut the wrong part off the box. Because they were fucking idiots, and they were like, I'm gonna put it on a case. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna put it on a case. Oh, I've cut off the wrong part. So now I'm gonna have to cut the spine off. I'm gonna have to reverse it and then tape it back together. And I really fucking don't want to do that, but now I'm going to have to because this is all back to front and upside down. Or I could just leave it as an oddity until I find a better one. But Last Crusade was a fun movie. I liked it. The VHS tape is in there. I have checked it, and it has been rewound. And it's very clean, though it doesn't have a topper on it, which is really weird. Well, it's CIC video, because CIC just had a huge... stuck their fingers into everyone's pies in Australia. Pie all over their fingers, CIC. I wonder if they smell their fingers after they stick it in the pie. They got it on everything. I reckon you should watch the movies, Mark. I think you'd like them. I like them. I enjoyed them. See, then you can watch A Story of Songbirds and Snakes. Wait a minute. Yeah, isn't that what it's called? Story of Songbirds and Snakes. I picked this one up because I didn't think I owned it. I put it back, actually, and then I came back for it. Because I fucking like Harrison Ford. I like Harrison Ford. And I like this movie. And if you don't like this movie, then you're a dumbass. Sorry. It's just my opinion. Anyone not like The Fugitive, which, by the way, is a remake of another The Fugitive, which did not have Harrison Ford in it. And if I call you a dumbass, please don't be offended. I don't know who you are, except for Mark. I don't know who you are. And Retro Toy Princess and other people that follow me. But if you're not that person and you don't like The Fugitive, I respect your opinion, but you're a dumbass. The Fugitive is a fantastic movie when Harrison Ford was still in his prime. And it was a remake of a television series. I believe, Mark, you might be able to actually either tell me I'm wrong or agree with me. Fugitive was an old TV series based on the same premise. Fan-fucking-tastic. Because I can swear on my channel. You can't stop me. I'm not making money on this channel, and I don't care. Fan-fucking-tastic. So I picked it up, because I'm pretty sure I don't have it. It's not in my special hidden spot under the desk here, and it's not over there. And I'm pretty sure I don't have it in my shed collection of movies that don't fit in here, which I'm running out of space for. I haven't checked that this is in there, but yes it is, and it's rewound. I thought this was another movie, and then I realized it probably wasn't the other movie I thought it was, and then I was like, this is probably pretty cool, so I'll pick it up. You know, the Three Musketeers. Didn't know, but like the movie. Oh. Didn't know what? Sorry? Didn't know, but like the movie. Oh, you didn't know. Oh, but you did. Sorry, The Fugitive. I'm just cluing on to what you're saying. So you didn't know that there was a television series before The Fugitive movie with Harrison Ford called The Fugitive, but you like the Harrison Ford movie. Good. Awesome. We can still be friends. Yeah, there was a series. I don't really want to bring it up on screen. Oh, but I'm pretty tempted. Pretty fucking tempted. I need to top up my beer as well, by the way. 2 live viewers. Welcome to the other second viewer, whether it's the first viewer come back or a new second viewer. Fugitive dumbass. Oh, yeah, but that's what I thought you meant. Don't call me a dumbass. Well, then again, I do have a dumbass. So I got a smart brain, but a dumbass. That's very true. Actually, no, I apologize. That's right. Can I change this over so I can look at... We do this occasionally. We look at things on our computer because I've learned to use my computer. Fugitive TV series, 1963. Richard Kimball, the show's lead. Oh, that's the character. What's his name? The actor. I'm looking for the actor's name. That's the same name, Richard Kimball. Fugitive is in 1963. The Fugitive is an American crime drama television series created by Roy Huggins, produced by QM Productions and United Artists Television. It aired on ABC from September 17th, 1963 to August 29. Guess what year? 1967. I just told you, you don't have to guess. So it went for 4 years. 64, 65, 66, 67. Went for 4 years. Hang on, let me just share my screen with you. Let me blind you because it's blinding me. Fuck's sake, where are you? There we go. Desktop screen. And switching over. Oh, that's not exactly what I wanted to show you. There you go. The Fugitive. Opening, closing theme. Let's just watch this. Can we watch that? Is it gonna... Huge. It's The Fugitive. This isn't the whole movie, is it? No, it's just the opening theme.
Name, Dr. Richard Kimball. The destination, Death Row State Prison. The irony, Richard Kimball is innocent. Proved guilty, what Richard Kimball could not prove was that moments before discovering his murdered wife's body, he saw a one-armed man running from the vicinity of his home. Richard Kimball ponders his fate as he looks at the world for the last time and sees only darkness. But in that darkness, fate moves its huge hand. QM production. Starring David Jansen as Dr. Richard Kimball, an innocent victim of blind justice, falsely convicted for the murder of his wife. Reprieved by fate when a train wreck freed him en route to the death house. Freed him to hide in lonely desperation, to change his identity, to toil at many jobs. Freed him to search for a one-armed man he saw leave the scene of the crime. Freed him to run before the relentless pursuit of the police lieutenant obsessed with his capture. To Richard Kimball, a border is a dark tunnel whose other end might lead to the final encounter with a many-faced enemy. But for the moment, it leads to safety.
Sorry, this is just the beginning of The Fugitive show. I thought I'd show that to you because it's old school. Let me just go back to Ronnie Campaign. The music's pretty cool though. I think same era possibly as what's the name of that? We were talking about this movie a while back, this show. Yeah, right. Let's stop you. Reduce you. The series of, I'm not a number, I'm a free man, where they're on the island, and we've talked about it now. I've forgotten the name of it. I brought another beer, same era I think as that. Brought another beer. We know what class we're using for it, what glass we're using for it. Keiju Crush Pale Ale, just to top it up. It is 4.7% alcohol. It's a tropical pale ale, which don't mean much to me if you don't keep your promises. If you don't honor your promises and it doesn't taste tropical, then I don't know what to say. It better taste good. I think I might have had it before, but I don't know if I've had the tropical pale ale. What I'll tell you about a nice drink that does deliver is the mango beer. It's not Madson's. What's the name of it? Something mango beer. The name will come back to me eventually. Matzo's mango beer. Matsos. You are number 6. I am not a number. I am a free man. And then enter the Iron Maiden music. My mind was blank. Dun, 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 dun. It drove it from my mind. And what do I see? I do believe. Right. Ooh, very tropical smelling. Beer can straight in the beer can bin. Yeah, so what I want to show you, but first I need to drink some of this beer. Smells absolutely fucking fantabulous, I will tell you. Keiju Crush Tropical Beer. Tropical Pale Ale. Oh, it's very nice. There is a bit of a sour undertone though, and I can taste the passion fruit. The Prisoner. Isn't that the TV show? The Prisoner, where he's trapped on the island, but free to roam around, but he can't leave. You are number 6. Let me just show you this VHS tape. It is rewound. It does say action on it. And you know what? I remember this, but I don't remember the movie. It does say Movie Land. I love those Movie Land stickers. I should copy them. What year? It's from Roxburgh Plaza, Somerton Road, Roxburgh Park. It's cut off the year. Damn it. Can't see the year, but let me just show it to you. The Musketeer. Anyone seen The Musketeer? I'm going to guess that. Can I guess? You going to let me guess? I'm going to guess. I'm going to have to wipe off this 375 and get rid of the sticker residue. You've been to that village? Yeah. But I was trying to remember the name of the TV show. It was called The Prisoner. You've been to that village, fruity beer drinker. Well, thank you very much, but I'm not totally fruity, but I do like fruity beer. I don't know, maybe that damns me regardless. You're going to hold me to a certain standard now. The Musketeer. So it's got Justin Chambers, Mina Savari, which is odd, and Tim Roth, which is even more odder. I'm going to guess... do you want to guess? Do you want to guess the year? Because I can't see it. I'm going to have a look for it. Do you want to guess the year? Anyone want to guess when The Musketeer was made, produced, let free to be in the cinemas? Have you seen this, Mark? The Musketeer? Tim Roth, come on. Mina Savari. And Justin Chambers, whoever the hell that is. I'm going to guess that's that guy. But I like these swashbuckling shows and movies. There was a Musketeer TV show for a while I was watching years ago, but I haven't watched it for a while. Have you seen it, Mark? The Musketeer? 1997, you reckon? You reckon 1997? Or did you just Google it? Did you cheat? You fucking cheated. I bet you did. Bet you cheated. Let me have a look. The Musketeer... No, not Musketeers. Is that the movie? I want the cover. It is the cover. 97, you reckon? 97. I was going to guess 98 to 2000. That was my guess originally. 98 to 2000. I like to give myself a couple of years. It's saying here 2001. So I wasn't terribly far off, but I wasn't right. So 2000, I was about 1 year off. 1 to 2 years off. 2001. Do you want to watch the trailer? Let's watch the trailer. Let's do that, because it's my channel. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Oh, no, wait. Is that a trailer? No, that's Amazon. I don't want that. I want... What? Oh, that's the whole movie. Give me a trailer. Give me a freaking trailer, you freaking freak. Classic trailer. Let's watch that. I want full screen. And I want to pause it. So I'm not on desktop screen. There we go. Here I am. Hello. Down here in the corner. I like that nobody puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Here we go. Full screen. Full screen. It's very bad quality, by the way. Can I get rid of quality? Maybe put baby in the corner. What? That's some crazy shit.
His name is renowned.
I have an introduction to make. Monsieur d'Artagnan!
His heroism is legendary.
I think he's the most dangerous kind of man.
He wants revenge. He wants to be a musketeer.
His courage is celebrated.
Well, we wanted to see how good you are. And you're quite good.
But all that
I wish to explain.
You behave as though you've never seen a naked woman.
Never one quite so naked.
is just history.
There will be a shift in power. Those who do not join me will be swept away with the king. That includes your friends, the Musketeers.
All for one! Come on! You cannot do this!
This fall, Alexander Dumas' classic is completely reimagined with fight choreography by Hong Kong legend Yen Yen Zhong.
I'm coming back for you. He's out of control.
The acrobatics in it is very Hong Kongish. Two 2001. All right, stop. Don't play another one. Okay. Yeah, I like that kind of movie. I like that kind of action movie. I don't know about it being too, I mean, I love Hong Kong action movies. I love that kind of thing, but I don't know if mixing them doesn't always work because it doesn't match what was done in that day. But then again, it could be just fun. The Musketeer. Look at this. Wow, I didn't realize it was blue. I thought it was black. There you go, blue. It's got a white rock veil film lifter on the back. I call it a lifter. I don't know what it's actually called. It's got a topper. It's got a label, a spine label, and it's got the grey lifter because it lifts up. That's why it's called a lifter. You can quote me on that. Yeah, $2. I mean, $2 is once again $1.50, much more expensive than it should be worth. But $1 I would take, and $2 if it's a good movie, I'll take it. Cool. I'm happy to have that in my collection because it looks like a fun movie. Last VHS tape. I told you I didn't have that much. Came in a very, very plain Cano Power. Never heard of it. Does it mean Canon? Canon Power? Anyone guess the movie, by the way? Anyone guess this movie up here? Cano Power Extra HQ 180. I don't know what an Extra HQ equals. Maybe they got extra headquarters to make them. It's a VHS tape. It does tell us that, just in case you didn't know what it was and you're a dummy. A dumb ass, as Mark so aptly put it. 180, 3 hour minutes. 180 minutes, 3 hour video. It's got Ayers Rock on it for no reason at all. And a bunch of all this on the background. But the movie itself, I picked up because A, it was R-rated, and B, because I thought it was a good movie for its era. I think it's 80s. I might be wrong, or at least early 90s. Brothers in Arms, R-rated. I just realized we should be watching these trailers in Trailer Trash, but we haven't been. So, fucking sorry. Jesus. Premiere Video. Does it have a topper? Does it have a different colored lifter? It does have a topper. It's Nidri Video World, Keeler Road, Nidri, wherever that is. Please rewind tapes. Penalty imposed on all late returns. Return new releases by 7 p.m. Thank you. And then it says librarian on top, which I'm partially trained in being a librarian. Before I dropped out like a loser. I could finish it. I can finish it. Done about just under half of what's needed to be a librarian. Diploma in library and information studies, as it's called. Yeah, and yeah, it's a bit of a rough movie, but that's why it would make it fun. Brothers in Arms, R-rated. I'm gonna let you look that up, or I'll play it on Trailer Trash. That's all I've got to show you in physical media. What we can do, let's get rid of the screen here. What were you drinking, Mark? Pirate juice? So I'm so sorry. That wasn't supposed to sound like that. Pirate ale? Pirate mead. Not pirate juice. I don't think you would be the kind of person to drink pirate juice. But who knows? I mean, you never can tell. No pirates around anyway. You'd be living the dream if you found a pirate. Okay, that beer's very nice, man. Very, very nice. What was it? It was It was Keiju Crush Tropical Pale Ale. That's what it was. Good goddamn. All right, let us move on to something else. I am feeling like I'm getting a little bit... I'm right on the border of getting tippy, but not quite, because I didn't have much to have for dinner. I mean, didn't have much for dinner. It's a very nice beer.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
It does literally have a fruity bouquet.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
But if I drink too much more than this cup, I'm going to get a little bit like this.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor. What?
All right, so let's move on to maybe something else. Not Pirate Juice. What about Pirate Life? You drinking Pirate Life? I'm always going to default you to, I'm not going to fault you, but default you to Guinness or Kilkenny, one of the two. Then again, you do like to stock other beers in your fridge, so I shouldn't paint you with the same brush, tie you with the same paint. Wait. Paint you with the same tar brush. Tie you with the same brush? Oh, you know what I mean. I don't have to explain. I'm in my second drink. I don't need to explain anything to you. So maybe you're drinking something else. That's kind of my point. What should we do next? Are you like turning into Gimli right now? Are you this?
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.
You're not like that, are you? I hope not. What should we do? Oh, news. I actually think I might get news out of the way now. I just didn't prepare it on my screen, or at least not all of it. Let me just get this, and this, and this, and... Drinking the 2 bottles of wine the neighbor gave you this week. Hey, I'm going to pull you up right there. Do you remember when we were catching up? Oh, it must have been a few months ago now. We're having a few beers every once in a while. And then I said, all I've got in the fridge, not monkey news, but all I've got in the fridge is wine. And then you gave me the funniest, most derisive text message about drinking wine, telling me I'm turning into a wine drinker and telling me to drink more beer. And here you are on my stream admitting to drinking 2 bottles of wine the neighbor gave you. So now I know the truth, Mark. Now I know the truth. That it's okay for you to drink wine instead of beer, but it's not okay. Yep, both bottles. Yep. So you're admitting it to the whole world. That you were saying to me that I should be drinking more beer, and I felt like somehow I'd let you down. I felt like brokenhearted and like kind of a bit confused and a bit lost. I wasn't too sure which direction to go in. I was wiping like tears down. It started raining, but luckily the tears got washed away by the rain, which is kind of a good thing. But then I was like, I had to wander to the bridge and I'd sit on the bridge and think about my life, and then the rain stopped and I went home and like all of that. And then you tell me you drink wine. Unbelievable. I don't trust you anymore. Well, you have now. You're on a live stream. You've at least admitted it to, by tomorrow, to be about 20 people. So, your life has to change, Mark. It can't go on like this anymore. And from now on, if I want a wine, I'm fucking having a wine. I'm not going to think about how it makes you feel. Jesus. Like a wife and 2 kids. I shouldn't have to be worrying about how a mate makes me feel. I've shed all my tears. It's a one-off. Yeah, that's what they all say. Saturdays are for beer. It is... Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, because it's freaking Sunday. You're going on a technicality. You know that, right? It's a technicality. I still love you, Mark. You'll always be my first love. All right. I was looking for... What the fuck was I looking for? I was looking for news. Yeah, I'm looking for this. Okay. Jeez. That's not what I was looking for. No, I'm not looking for that either. Come on, it was on Instagram. I can't bring Instagram up on here without logging in. I can't remember my login. So give me videos. Delete your last few comments. I can't do that. I already ticked the box that says allow comments to go live. You're just going to have to suffer in silence, man. And I watched Scotland beat France in rugby while drinking wine this evening. Wow. Hang on. This was before midnight. And I watched Scotland beat France in rugby while drinking wine this evening. Evening implies Saturday. Saturday is for beer. Is that what you just said? Is that not what you just fucking said? Oh, the lies just keep coming. I'm looking for something that I am not finding, and it's really hurting my feelings because I can see it on Instagram, and I would need to, oh, hang on, maybe this one will work. Please don't tell me it's on Instagram. Will this, can I show this without being done for it? Maybe I'll try. Hang on. If you've been drinking wine before midnight, then you just went against the very same thing you just said. That's all I'm going to say. I need my desktop screen. Let's go to this.
Somebody fire!
Does this mean it's time?
Listen.
It's time. So no more running. I aim to misbehave.
Don't give me hope.
Okay, hang on, stop. No, even though I love Firefly, have you watched Firefly, Mark? Do you like Firefly? If you don't like Firefly, I don't know what to say to you. Excellent story writing. Excellent story writing. I need to go back. Let's go back to me so I don't show everything I'm doing. I can't show it to you, but there have been multiple teaser trailers that I cannot find literally fucking anywhere. That has been Nathan Fillion turning up at each actor's doorstep, besides Wash, because Wash died in the movie. Each actor that was in Firefly, and also Book. Book was the preacher who died in the movie. So Wash and Book died in the movie, so he didn't turn up at their doorstep because they're no longer around. So Firefly ended after 14 episodes and a movie. Dehydrated, having wine regret. If you just asked me, I would have told you. The way to fix wine regret is one quick gulp of water and then straight to beers. Right? As your doctor, I'd highly recommend you just follow this pathway. There are multiple videos done as segments for each single actor, where besides Wash and Book, who died in the last movie called Serenity, all the other actors, he turns up at their doorstep and says, it's time. We're ready to go. Is it time? Yes, it's time. So there is a sense that Firefly may return as maybe a older version of them. I don't know if it's just a tease. I don't know. I need... Hang on, let me just find something. Is Firefly... Oh, I just burped while I was talking. Fly coming back. There are speculations about a Firefly revival following Nathan Fillion's most recent social media post hinting at an announcement. I need to do the news bumper. I am awfully sorry. I don't do news very much these days. Where's my news bumper? Seriously, news bumper. Roddy Cam. There are speculations about a Firefly revival following Nathan Fillion's recent social media post hinting at an announcement. Fans are speculating that the announcement could be a 25th anniversary reunion or a revival series. However, co-star Marina Baccarin has expressed doubts about a live-action reboot, suggesting it may not be feasible due to the complexities involved in bringing back the original cast. Now, we don't know really what's going on here. And I can't bring the videos up. I will try next week to get my Instagram up on this screen because I usually use it on my phone. It's automatically logged in. I don't have to log in. I forget my passwords because there's a zillion fucking passwords for everything these days. And I don't fucking like remembering all my passwords or calling all my passwords the same thing. So, so there are some videos. Can I watch this without being dinged? I don't know if I can watch any of these without being dinged. How many minutes is that? Doesn't tell me. So videos such as this one. It could be just a teaser that they're all getting back together to talk about Firefly, maybe live at a convention or something, which would be great for whoever's going to see it in the States, but not so fun for us because we live in Australia in the most freaking, one of the most furthest away countries from the American zeitgeist of movies and pop culture that there ever was. So it might not be good for us. But if it is a revival and they're all just playing hard to get, then this could be a very good thing. How they do it and who's going to be involved, I don't know. I really, really don't know. There's lots of news stories about it. Let's read this one. 21 years after its unceremonious end, Firefly fans are hoping that teasers for a March announcement mean the show is finally returning. There is the cast. That's Book there. He died, Manny Cannon. He was actually a preacher, but in the Serenity movie, they ended it because they had to end it somehow after 14 episodes being canned because production companies are idiots and decided that it wasn't a good show, or at least not worth continuing. If you haven't watched Firefly, please, for the love of God, go out there and find it and watch it or borrow it or buy it or something and watch it. It is like the Wild West in space. It is fucking fantastic. Epic, beautiful, wonderful storytelling with some of the best actors, young actors at the time. Nathan Fillion is now on The Rookie, and The Rookie is a great show. My kids have watched The Rookie all the way through. I've watched a lot of it, but not all of it. Yeah, and you obviously got the Buffy director as well, which his name eludes me because I'm drinking and my brain is not keeping up. I was going to try and include it once I found it. But yeah, fantastic stories. Like, I mean, when I say that make a good story, when I say talk about movies and say whatever you do, make a good story, make good characters, make in-depth characters, develop those characters, look at how those characters would react in any scenario and make sure that that's a solid understanding of how that character would work in a show or a movie. This is the kind of show that proves that can happen. This is the kind of show where you can have humor and you can have like really dark moments and you can still continue to believe that these characters are real and that each episode leads to another episode. So this is a show that obviously came before all the bullshit with and I don't mean bullshit for those individuals involved, everything about identity. Like, once again, please, if you're watching this and you are an it, a they, a them, a she, a he, I honestly am fine with it all. Whoever you are, I want you to have the best fucking life ever. But in terms of movies and TV shows, before all of the bullshit came in where you've got like movie companies doing positive reinforcement about everything because so they're so scared of offending somebody that now movies are full of identity. It's the predominant thing. They come before story, they come before characters, they come before everything, and then you end up with a show that you have women that are like basically just men. You have people. I don't know. I don't want to go into all of it. But you got like it comes before story. I would need to sit down to explain myself better, but I'm drinking, so I'm not going to do that now. But this came before the political shoveling of politics down your throats in every single show / movie. This was storytelling at its finest, honestly. Now, 21 years after its unceremonious end, Firefly fans are hoping the teasers for a March announcement mean the show is finally returning. Is Firefly really returning, or are fans overdosing on hopium? Very funny. Fans of beloved cult classic sci-fi series Firefly have been hoping for a return for over 20 years at this point. And if the stars of the show are to be believed, it might finally be happening. In a series of social media posts, lead actor Nathan Fillion, who played Captain Mal Reynolds on the show, visits his co-stars to tell them that there's some kind of announcement coming on March 15th. Most of it is him saying, it's time, or like knocks on the door and it's like, are we so it's going to happen? Yes, it's going to happen. Every time they say something, he repeats it. For every single remaining cast member besides Book and besides Wash, because Wash was killed and Book was killed in the Serenity movie. Naturally, fans are naturally extrapolating this into hope that the announcement will mark a Firefly revival. Firefly ran for just a single season of 14 episodes in 2002-2003, followed by a movie titled Serenity, named after the ship at the center of the show, in 2005. Which is an actually very good movie. It's a very good movie, but watch it after you watch Firefly. Despite having just a small amount of official release content, Firefly gained a massive following that, while not enough to save the show from cancellation, has kept it going as a huge part of fan culture, with the cast making yearly appearances at numerous cons over the last 20 years. I don't have any collectibles per se, but I have like some Serenity related documentation down there that I've gotten at conventions and stuff myself as well that you can't get anymore. The number one thing fans have been begging for is an earnest return to the world of Firefly on TV or in the movies. Though numerous comics have continued telling the tales of the Serenity and its crews, fans have continually clamoured for a live-action return. As unlikely as the idea of a revival has been for the last 2 decades, especially with the show's embattled creator Joss Whedon. It's Joss Whedon I'm talking about, which is obviously Buffy's creator / writer / director. Joss Whedon is not innocent either. He's been accused of bullying and all sorts of stuff. Falling out of Hollywood favour, fans are holding onto hope that it's finally happening. Will it come to pass? Anything is possible, especially in the era of endless TV revivals. The teasers themselves have debunked the idea that the March 15th announcement could signal a convention, podcast, or crossover, simply stating you are wrong. I'm not going to read the rest of that because it's promotion. Let's swap back to this main screen, back to Roddy, and I'm going to have to go take a pee because I need bio break. Give me 2 seconds and I'll be back. When I say 2 seconds, I do mean more than 2 seconds. I'll be back. Hang on. All right. Is anybody still there? Hang on, let me get back to Rotten Roddy. So for those that love Firefly, sorry to make you wait for so long. For those that like Firefly, who knows what's coming? Who knows what's coming? But we all hope it's a revival, at least maybe 5 episodes, or a movie, or gosh, 1 season. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe it is just for a con. Maybe it's just to get people to come to a convention somewhere. But I honestly hope that if you're putting that much effort into teasing us, that you're going to do something with it. Whether it's a an hour and a half episode, just to give us some kind of next step. Maybe like a future sort of check-in with all the characters in the Firefly universe. Or maybe it's, a short series. Either way, I think if we got anything substantial, we'd all be happy. Just get a good director on it, and don't make it, politically driven. Don't make it identity driven. Make characters first, make good story first, and then put characters whichever way you want into it. And Mark, if you haven't seen Firefly, I'll fucking lend you my copy if I have to, but just watch it. It's a great series. All right, next news. I was going to talk about some articles about how Disney Star Wars underpays their female staff members, right in the thick of them having the Force is female, but I'm going to leave that for another time because I had a bunch of stuff put up here and it's really late. So we will bring that back up again in the near future, mostly because I find it ironic, and I'm still pissed off about it, to be honest. It's really, really pissed off that we had Kathleen Kennedy walking around saying, women are the future, which they are, of course, always. That they don't have to be the future. They should be the now. They shouldn't be just in the past, and they should be in the future. They should be the now. But talking about how the Force is female, which is, by the way, a load of shit, because the Force is not anything. It's not even male. So no need for that kind of silly rhetoric. And then going ahead behind everyone's back and still underpaying her female staff members quite substantially, which I do believe many of them went into a class action against Disney and got paid out $43 million. If you don't know anything about it, please look it up. Otherwise, we will talk about that at another stage. It wasn't recent. It was some time ago, but it was when I was going to talk about it at some stage that was on the cards, and I didn't. But yes, so I wanted to have a chat about how Disney has double standards. Disney is pandering to a small minority of people who, I guess, want their identities in Star Wars, which is, of course, normal. But I think my point being here is that we all want Star Wars to feel like it connects to us individually, which is just a normal feeling. We should all want to feel that about something. But it's not about having a connection like, Han is just like me, or Luke is just like me, or Leia is just like me, or Mon Mothma is just like me. We think that about any particular part of how those characters act or portray themselves. But when it gets iffy is when people want their characters to be exactly like them. And that is the minority, and that is the political driven stuff that happens in the background. We do get companies that are trying to whitewash things with a tarred brush. I don't know how best to say that. They're too scared to offend anyone, that they want to make sure that the 5% of people have what they want. And unfortunately, character and story come second after that. But we will talk about that at another time. I'm all happy for people to be represented everywhere, but there's no need to make people exactly like every single person that lives on this planet. I don't think I've found a character in Star Wars that's exactly like me at all. So you don't see me crying about it. I just love Star Wars because I love the world. I love the stories when they're good. I love the characters when they're good. I don't need a character exactly like me. I don't need a character that's complicated like me or has to think a million miles an hour, 24 hours a day like me to make myself feel whole. Good representation, good characters should make you feel something regardless. Please, Disney, any movie company, stop pandering to every little individual in the world. I don't want it. I don't want someone to be like me, and I don't want you to do it about other people. What I want from you is to make good stories, good characters, make me believe the world is real, make me believe I want to be there, okay? And then if you want to insert people to represent other people, do it in the story after you've made the story, okay? Make those things secondary. Good story always comes first. Good characters always come first. Good locations always come first. Like who those people are, what they do as a person or in their spare time is up to the characters as a sub-story. It doesn't have to take over. Sorry, Mark, was Disney buying Star Wars ever going to be good? That's a good question. Well, it was meant to be. The promises they made to George Lucas were very high. We're going to take care of it. It's your baby. It's what you made. We're going to be respectful. We're going to make sure that we, move forward, taking you into account. Although I liked The Force Awakens and Solo was okay. Fair enough. Sorry, I'm just finishing Mark's sentence there. Kathleen Kennedy lied. They lied. I don't want to sound like one of those people, like I'm wearing a tin hat and I believe aliens are coming and stealing our children. She lied. And I could bring up countless articles. And if you want, I will. Enough people want me to ask, I'll bring up countless articles where she has been two-faced, doubled down on things that she said she did that she didn't. I mean, we're talking about the same woman here that said we don't have hundreds of backstories about Star Wars to give us future. We don't have Bibles and written word anywhere out there that give us stories about the future. Are you fucking kidding me? There is the expanded universe. There is Timothy Zahn's 3 books, The Heir to the Empire, and I can't remember the other 2. But I read those books when I was younger, and I expected that those 3 books were going to be made to the movies after 6. They were going to be 7, 8, and 9. And they stole from them, but they didn't use pretty much any of them. Okay? At the end of the day, Kathleen Kennedy is a liar. She's a liar. She lies about what she wanted to do. She said the words, out with the old and in with the new. What she wanted was the 10%, the 5%. She wanted new people. She wanted new blood. She must have a beef with George Lucas. I swear to God, the interviews I've seen with her where she's staring him down while he's saying all this stuff that she's denying. I've written treatments. I've got ideas. We've got the history behind us. We've got a big, strong understanding of how the stories work, how the Force works. And then she gets on the camera and she's the complete opposite. Kathleen Kennedy is, when it comes to Star Wars, she's evil. She's evil, okay? At the end of the day, you know it, I know it. If you loved one of the new sequels, I don't want to take that away from you. I really don't. As a person, I don't want to do that to you. But I'm just going to say what I feel. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you feel free to drop off my channel right now. Because I'm not here for you. I'm not here for your opinion. I'm here for mine. Okay, at the end of the day, well, she came from Lucas. Yeah, Mark's saying she came from Lucasfilm. They should have kept George in the creative loop. Yeah. So he sold it. He offered his services to remain around to consult if needed, and he offered his treatments, which was for 7, 8, and 9. They went, and then they cut him out and they dropped him. And he's moved on now. He's doing his giant museum. He's doing other stuff. He doesn't want to be known as the Star Wars guy anymore. That's already come and gone. But he's pretty pissed. I will say, if you ever want to watch something, watch his interview where he says that he sold his story to the white slavers. Watch that, because he doesn't mince words. He's not meant to say anything like that. He's not meant to really have an opinion about anything. He's taken his 80 million or whatever he had from Disney and moved on. And now Bob Chapek. Who am I saying? Not Bob Chapek. Who's the president of Disney? Now it's dropped out of my head. I know his name. I'm drinking. That's what happens when you drink. Made promises, and those promises did not. Is it Bob JPEG? Now I've got to know that I'm getting this wrong. Disney CEO Bob Iger. Sorry, I don't know who I'm saying. Bob JPEG. Is that Lord of the Rings? Bob JPEG. Why am I mixing him up? American businessman. Why did I get him mixed up? Oh, no, he was. Robert Allen Chapek is an American businessman who served as CEO of the Walt Disney Company from 2020 to 2022. I got him mixed up. He sold it because, Mark, okay, so he was at a point where he was getting older. You can look all this up. Don't take my word for it. There's plenty of things out there that talk about it. The Bob Iger, isn't it interesting how Robert, so Bob Chapek and Bob Iger, interesting. Where he got approached by Bob Iger, and Bob Iger's like, you know, you're getting on now. You've done 6 films plus all of the subsidiary stuff. I don't know where you're planning on going with it, but if you ever want to, you know, if you ever want any help, if you feel like you want to change the old guard to the new guard, come to me. We'll buy it from you. Now, Bob Iger was sort of doing him a favor because Bob Iger, way back when George Lucas was looking for funding or looking for help with one of his movies or looking for somebody to back him up, no one had his corner, and Bob Iger did. So Bob Iger did him a favor and was like, you know, I'm going to help you keep your stories alive. And George was forever grateful for that. So George always considered what Bob Iger did as like saving his creativity and his world, the Star Wars world. So when it came time for him to be older and consider what he was going to do with Star Wars next, Bob Iger stepped up and called in the favor. If you ever need anything, if you want to, pass Star Wars to me. I'll buy it from you for a fair price, and we'll look after it for you. And because, of course, George Lucas respected him because he'd helped him out and got him out of a sticky situation, he took him up on it. And then, of course, what happened from there is that it became a money thing. And then it changed the guard to Kathleen Kennedy. And Kathleen Kennedy, of course, worked with George Lucas on Indy and lots of other movies. But I feel like look, I can't prove any of this stuff, but there is such a lot of enmity from Kathleen Kennedy towards George in the way she handles his characters when she says, we're going to be honorable towards them, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to preserve your world and look after your characters, and then do the complete opposite. And in the interviews that she has with him, just look at her face when he's talking. She's looking at him like she wants to fucking throttle him. What is going on there? Feels like there's some bad blood, or maybe George cut down her ideas in the past when she was a producer. I don't know. There's something there, though. I've always noticed it, and I've been watching other YouTubers, obviously, because that's what I do. I listen to other YouTubers as well, and many people have brought this up at some point in one of their streams. Like, there's something going on there. What's going on? Why is she so vengeful? It's very vengeful. I think George really thought he was, to answer your question, Mark, I think George really thought he was passing his baby on to somebody who cared. And I don't think he realized. So to be at the point where George says, I've sold, it's like selling something to white slavers. I mean, that's extreme. When with George, he's never spoken up really that much about it in the past, but for him to say that, obviously he's extremely hurt by it. And he's probably moved on by now. But for him to pass off something that he thought would be looked after and babied and manicured and looked after, and then for it to turn into Ray Skywalker, who as soon as she first picks up a lightsaber or jumps in a starship, she can do everything immediately without having any training. So she never earned it. Kathleen Kennedy never earned it. I don't think Bob Iger never earned it. And most of the characters that they've created haven't earned what they say they earn. I mean, I still like The Mandalorian. I don't mind Ahsoka. I don't think it's a perfect show. I just think that their characters, especially their girl boss characters, like Rey, I really had high hopes for Rey. Please don't think I didn't like Rey. I first went into Force Awakens thinking it was going to be fucking amazing. I was so stoked. I'm wearing the shirt still. I thought she was going to be fantastic, but she never trained properly. She never did anything. She got in fucking Han Solo's Millennium Falcon starship, and when he turned up, told him how to use it. She'd never flown a starship before in her life, jumped in, flew it like a hot rod, and then when he came along, told him what she'd fixed and how to fix it. She's a girl boss. Picked up a lightsaber, never used one before, never used the Force before, didn't know how to block Force users from getting into her mind before, instantly knew how to do it. This is not normal. That's not earned, okay? How do you feel hope for a character? How do you feel like you want a character to succeed? How do you pin all your hopes on a character if they don't earn it? Luke was whiny. For film 1, he was whiny. He whined all the way through film 1. That's episode 4. And then he went to Yoda, and Yoda cut him down. Was like, nah, you think you know? You don't know anything. And then he got proper training. And then he abandoned his training. Then he came back for training. And then he thought he knew best, but still, he wasn't even a Jedi in Return of the Jedi. But he was a Jedi, but he wasn't really a Jedi. He barely knew anything. But what's Rey? Movie 1, picks up a lightsaber, starts using it. Flies a ship, starts using it. Like, come on. Like, this is not normal. Yeah, she was a great actress, or great actor in The Force Awakens. Like I said, I had high hopes for her. I thought that the story was a very, very good beginning until they brought in the giant, like, 100 times the size Death Star. Starkiller Base. Yeah, well, you know why they were badly written, Mark. Because no one wrote a full story. They just wrote movie 1, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, went pretty good. People were pretty happy with it. We'll write movie 2. Change the writer, change the story, change the director. Oh, that didn't go so well. We'll get a new director. We'll write number 3. Come on, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Even though George Lucas wrote Star Wars A New Hope, he still had outlines for, 5 and 6 to work with. Even if he had to change them, he had outlines to work with. He knew where it was going. Kathleen Kennedy didn't know where it was going. After Force Awakens, she didn't know where it was going. And in Force Awakens, okay, let's have a quick look at Force Awakens. They built, behind everyone's back, a giant Death Star that's like 100 times bigger than the original Death Star. And how is it powered? No one knew about it happening, but it's powered by sucking out the energy of the sun. So you go to any universe, you suck out the energy of the sun. There's no suns left in that universe. Any world that revolves around that universe dies because you've taken the sun away from them. And then every time they go to a new universe, a new place, they suck the light out of the sun, the energy out of the sun. That's 10 more, 20 more planets and, parts of that solar system gone, dead. They're going to die, freeze to death. This is not sustainable. It's stupid. It's stupid. Powering a space station with the power of the light. So I would say in 5 years, you would run out of planets in your local galaxy. They'd all be dead. So what's the point in having an empire if all of your constituents are dead? A camel is a racehorse designed by a committee. She created the camel. Yeah. Look, I don't want to give people a hard time about something they believe in. So, if you loved the sequels, I'm happy that you like the sequels. If that makes you happy, if that brings out joy in you, I don't want to take that away from you. That's why I'm suggesting you either listen to me with an open mind or leave. Because I don't want to dash your hopes because I don't believe you and I don't agree. If that makes you happy, please go with God. I'm happy. Be blessed. Love it. Enjoy it. For me, I remember distinctly when we were going to Bali, Mark, we were on a different plane, I think, but when I was going to Bali, I watched the second movie, The Last Jedi. And the whole way there on the plane, I was verbally saying, what the fuck is happening here? What the hell? No. What? Why is that happening? No, I don't understand. What's happening? I could not believe what I was watching. I just didn't understand. Why? The story was going like that. Men started becoming bumbling idiots. All these girls walked in the room and started controlling everything and shutting the men down. Like, I mean, you need your fighter planes to shoot down the bad guys, but no, don't let the captain leave because you've been naughty. You got to stay on the ship. Like, you got a hot shot gunner pilot that you're not letting go to fight battles because you've been a stupid, naughty man. It's just, I just don't understand. A man walking down the hallway with all the water leaking out of his thing. It's like, why? Just why? Why can't you just make a story that's like an action adventure? It's pure. It's nice. It's got good versus evil. Why does it have to be so convoluted and weird and like girls are better and boys are shit? Like, I don't get it. Why? It could have been so good, but it's not. Anyway, that's just my opinion. When I'm not drinking, I can go into a more theoretical discussion about it. But you're right. Yeah, Mark, a camel is a racehorse designed by committee. Yeah, it's like a lemon, except not a car. Look, the Rey character began great. Very optimistic, and if they just kept Han, and I don't know why they let Chewie live, maybe because he's cute, but kept Han, done something with Han. I mean, I know that Harrison Ford didn't want to continue Han, but he could have gone out in a battle, like in a high, like as a hero, but he didn't. He didn't go as a hero. He got killed by his son, dumped over the edge. Luke, I remember on the plane, Luke being handed the lightsaber and throwing it away. Being handed the lightsaber by Rey. And I was like, what's going to happen? And he just throws it over his shoulder. I'm like, what? What the fuck? And I knew it. We're doomed. We're doomed. Just getting rid of the lightsaber. Yeah, you're right, Mark. The exposition in the sequels was nauseating and didn't make sense. Like her training where she like swung a lightsaber at a stone without chopping the stone. What was that proving? What was that like? How were you honing your force abilities by striking a stone without striking a stone? I don't understand. And once again, I wanted to like Rey. People came into this series wanting to like these movies. We desperately were holding on to whatever you're going to do, it will be good. It will turn out okay. We were desperate. Even people that I know now that despise these movies, despise them, just talk about them all the time as the most horrendous things ever, came into these movies with hopes. We all came into them with hopes. None of us walked in going, oh, girl, no, she's going to be shit. What a stupid idea, girl Jedi. None of us thought that. Right? I initially thought it was going to be the Thrawn trilogy. So, the Heir to the Empire and The Last Command and whatever the other one was in between by Timothy Zahn. But it wasn't. And it just never happened. Yeah, totally. So Mark's saying I would have forgiven all if the following two movies were good. I remember watching Rise of Skywalker and being bored. I never thought that was possible for me with a Star Wars movie. Yeah. Yeah, and just the audacity of Kathleen Kennedy controlling that to the point where she would make Rey take Kylo's life force while he was dying, or him giving her his life force, her hearing all the Jedi in the past and present, and then taking on his name. She's not a Skywalker. I know that she became a Skywalker because of his energy, but the audacity of it, of to go back to Luke's homeworld, to the place where Anakin went to when he was younger, because she's a Skywalker now. Like, I know it wasn't her, it's the writing. You know, and then somehow Palpatine returned. No one knows why. Just that one line by Dominic Monaghan. Sorry, not Billy Boyd. Dominic Monaghan. Somehow Palpatine returned. Is that all? Is that all we get? Is that like your idea of what happens is just throw a line in there? Just throw a line in there. We're all going to believe it. Whoa, Palpatine's returned. Whoa, that's boss. Wow, what the hell? What the fuck? Awesome. Yeah, he's back. No one knows how. Don't ask how. Just he's returned. Didn't you hear him say it? Somehow. How did he even know Palpatine returned? Where did he hear it from? No one knew that. He just said it. So where did he get the information from? Oh, the Bothan spies, maybe? Say that. The Bothan spies have told us that Palpatine's returned. And how would he know that he's returned when he's hiding behind a blanket of dust and, you know, destructive rock in a secret world that's hidden behind like a black vortex of death? How are we supposed to know that? It's just bullshit. It's a bullshit line. It's a MacGuffin. It's thrown in there. Oh, didn't you know? Emperor's back. Yep, moved down the street. Knocked down my letterbox with a baseball bat the other day. Fucking asshole. It's just made up. It's just poor writing by poor people that don't fucking understand Star Wars, that just are trying to put in their name against the Star Wars brand because everyone wants to work for Star Wars. And Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger don't give a fuck about anything at all. Thank God Kathleen Kennedy's leaving. Hopefully Dave Filoni steps up and becomes a real man and actually fucking takes control of the reins, because ultimately the end of the day, the last thing we need is for Dave Filoni to bow down before another boss who says this, and this needs to happen. He was trained under George Lucas, and he should be putting his foot down and starting to fucking just make things better. So no pressure, Dave Filoni. It's all on you now. But Bob Iger, he needs to go. He's a useless piece of shit. Sorry, Bob, but you are. I would have liked Snoke as the main villain and the giant size in Force Awakens. Yeah. I mean, if you had no Emperor, like Emperor's gone. Sorry, in my head. I know there's clones and this and that, but that's once again another part of Timothy Zahn's books. Mark, have you read Timothy Zahn's sequel trilogy in book form? He's back in Pog form. Heir to the Empire. I can never remember the middle one. The Last Command is the last book. Because there are clones in it. But they're clones, and it's not the be-all and end-all of the story. All right? It's a threat. It's not the be-all and end-all. But they brought Thrawn back in Ahsoka because it was convenient for them to bring Thrawn back in Ahsoka. You should read those 3 books by Timothy Zahn are fucking awesome. They're really, really good. And you do get Thrawn in them, and you do have Thrawn wearing he's like got a necklace thing that's not a necklace, it's like an animal that lives on his shoulder that's it's like force resistant. It's just animals naturally force resistant, so he wears it like protection. But look, I didn't mind Thrawn in Rebels. I didn't really mind Thrawn too much in Ahsoka, but he was old and kind of tubby and weird. But he essentially, in Rebels especially, he's very Thrawn. He's very tactical, loves art, tries to figure out how cultures live and die through their culture and their art. But yeah, he was in those books as well, and he thought very much the same way. All right, I think I've talked enough. I also know it's like 4:30 or 4:17, so it's probably nearly 3 hours. I'm not going to do trailer trash because I've played you a few trailers tonight, and I'm going to need the toilet again soon because I've been sitting here just guzzling beer. Thank you, Mark, for being here all night. I'm not going to do... I'm getting a bit like this.
He can't hold his liquor.
I'm a bit like that at the moment. I am going to leave it at that before I get more ranty. I'm going to get very ranty. If anybody likes a good rant, especially about Disney, go ahead and let me know. If anybody thinks the same as I do, please go ahead and let me know. And please, for those people out there that are diverse, I have diverse friends. I have gay friends. I have friends from every culture. Okay, please don't take it the wrong way. I have no issue with the people. What I have an issue with is poor writing. I have an issue with bad, selfish political means to an end, and I have a really bee in my bonnet about people like just using a movie to reach a political end. I think that look, like I said, if I wanted me in a movie, I would be complaining there's no Han Solo that's like me, a middle-aged guy with a beer gut that lives in my studio room. I don't know. Please don't take it the wrong way. It's not about you. It's about people that are using a minority of people who have a very true cause about their own lives that we all believe in. Hopefully everyone believes in. I believe in. But doesn't need to be what drives a story. Okay? We don't get small things to drive a story. We don't get small scenarios to drive a story. I'm not calling you small. I'm just digging my own hole here over here. But your life and my life and everybody's life here is important. But if we took everyone's ideas and said, make one of them, you'd all be upset regardless, because there'd be somebody who wouldn't see themselves in the story. That's my point. Stories should be character first, good story, good character, good location, good delivery. And then, hey, if you want to make them diverse in some way, shape or other, do that, but integrate it into the story. Integrate into the story so it's seamless, so it has a reason. You don't say diversity, identity, we'll figure out the story later. And that's what's happening, because we just end up with characters that everyone's happy with, that feels diverse, and then the rest of us are like, what the fuck is happening right now? Where's the story? Where's this? What's the character doing? Why is that happening like that? I don't understand, because that's not what comes first. So please don't be offended. I'm talking about story, character, and development. US people, bless you, love you. Please, I want the best for you. But please make good stories, and please make good characters, and please don't be offended by me, because I'm not going to take it personally. If you are, you are. I can't take it back. You want to yell at me? Yell at me. It's not going to change how I feel. Okay? All blessings to everybody. Thank you very much for those that are watching today. I want to remind you that if you are not already, please go ahead and subscribe. I am a small channel. I am still floating around the 152 subscribers, I do believe. YouTube is not doing me any favors right now, but a share, a like, a comment, jump on a live chat in the chat bar. Jump on my Instagram, Neon. What is my Instagram? Neon Doom Room? No, yeah, wait, what? What is my Instagram? My email is neondoomroom@gmail.com. If you want to send me a message or tell me that I'm shit, go ahead and do it there, neondoomroom@gmail.com. My Instagram, I think, is... Oh, dear Lord, please give me... neon_doom_room. That is my Instagram. Mark, please get an Instagram. It's not that hard. You can join in. I'll send you stuff. It's really easy. And yeah, not much else to say, really. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm also, I don't think I'm on Facebook. I'm also neon.doom on Instagram is another account I've got as well. But if you want to email me, please tell me your opinions. Write them in the comments if you want, or shoot me an email. If it's your birthday anytime in the near future, please let me know. I'll sing you happy birthday. I have no shame. I don't care. It makes me happy as well. Basically, email me. My Gmail is very much the way to get in touch with me. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. I do thank you very much for being here. Mark, man, 4:22 in the morning. You're a brave man. On dog water and whatever else you were drinking tonight. Pirate juice. No, it wasn't pirate juice. It was wine, wasn't it? You dirty liar. Drinking wine after all this time telling me to drink beer. We will try and do trailer trash next week. I was going to do the trailer trash review of Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead movie, Burn. It hasn't come out yet. It is coming. Evil Dead Burn. Don't know how to feel about it, but I guess we'll watch the trailer and see what it looks like. And we'll watch a few other ones. I know you regret the wine. It just takes 1 cup of water and then a beer, and you'll be fine. Right, just shit it out. You'll be all right. So we've had Let's Get Physical Media. We've had... No, we didn't do Toy Talk. Did we do Toy Talk? Oh, let me quickly do Toy Talk because I can't believe I missed it. Toy Talk.
Toy Talk.
Can't believe I nearly forgot Toy Talk. Give me a second. I don't think I showed this to you last time, but I'm going to show it to you now. I just saw it and I liked it, and I don't know why I liked it because I learned to trust myself. If I like something, just buy the fucking thing or regret it. It's just an ANZ Bank money box, but it's blue and it looks like an ATM, and I thought it was fucking cool, and I don't know why. It was like $2 or something. Yeah, $2. $2. Look at it. It's dumb. It's fucking dumb, and I like it. And it's got the money thing on top of it. And it's got a little fucking thing underneath it. And I forgot to show it to you a while back, so it's on my Instagram, but I didn't show it to you. And look, it's just a dumb figurine-looking ATM machine. It's got the buttons on it. It's got a weird eyeball with a scratch on it. It's got a weird mouth with a grey tongue. I don't know how that works. Yeah, $2. Couldn't say no. I think that's my problem. I couldn't say no. I picked this up because I thought they've run out. They're never getting them back again. But I went to my honey hole, which is actually Toy World, and they had these for $5. Let me show you the price. Roddy, you piece of shit. There you go, $5. I have He-Man and I have Battle Cap. I did not have Skeletor. It is a mini. Look at my hand. Mini carded figurine of the Masters of Universe Skeletor. It's one of the things they call the world's smallest. So it's a mini with articulation. It's just hips, shoulders, head, and waist, I think. I think it's head and waist. Mini Skeletor. Retro power. Carded. It's a little card. It's a little mini card. I hope that's not a tear. Why does that look like a tear? Did I buy a torn one? Oh, they've put the sticker on wrong. That's what they've happened. I was wondering what about that. Look, there's a tear in it. I'll see if I can find another one. It was the only one on the shelf there. See that white line right there? The sticker's been torn and they've stuffed it back on. I was wondering about that and I didn't pay much attention to it. I am quite annoyed about that, but that's okay. If I find another one, I'll get it. In the meantime, it's got the other ones. I've got Battle Cat and I've got He-Man. I don't remember if I got Teela. It's only $5. And I'm not pissed off about this fucking rip. Look at this fucking rip here. Look, I can't believe I didn't notice it before. Anyway, pretty good for $5. I'll try and find another one to fix the fact that that one's ripped. Picked this up the other day just in an op shop when I was getting my DVDs and movies and stuff, and I found my daughter a couple of My Little Ponies because she's really getting a revival for My Little Ponies. Don't worry, I'm not a brony. I got them for my daughter, and legitimate ones too. I'm not buying the El Cheapo ones. So if I find any My Little Ponies, I've been buying them for her so she can put them on a shelf. My wife hates me for it at the moment, but that's okay. She's not a collector, so well, I tried to make her a collector. I tried to buy her Wonder Woman figurines, and she got into it for a little bit, and then there's somewhere in this room. I picked up this Mickey Mouse. It is legitimate, not illegitimate. It is legitimate. I'll take the sticker off. It was $4. You can see on the foot. Not a huge, massive original Disney fan, but I do like Mickey Mouse and some of the originals. Especially now, I'm not a huge fan of Disney. Not a huge, massive fan of Disney. But it has got the Disney... I mean, some glue residue underneath, but I don't know if Rotten Roddy will focus. Can you see the Disney logo right there? Disney. Should say year, but it does say Disney made in China. But really, there should be a year there. But there is a series number. But it's a Mickey. He's pretty big. His arm does not like staying up. Just keeps falling. Oh, there you go. He's falling back like he's doing a dance move or something. He's got moving feet side to side, moving waist, moving arms, moving head. But he's original Disney. And if I can get his arm to stay up, that would be kind of cool. Because once his arm's up, it's kind of cool. Yeah, $4. Couldn't say no. And the last thing that I have here, I feel like I had more, but I can't find anything else in this box. I picked this up because my daughter came down to where I worked and helped me drop. Oh yeah, because I was picking up the staff car and she helped me drop me off, and then she went to the op shop locally, and all I did was sign all the paperwork and then drive the car home. And then she got home, she said, oh, there was a Star Wars thing at the op shop. I'm like, what Star Wars thing? She's like, oh, there was like a money bank. I'm like, what money bank? She's like, oh, like a Star Wars one. I said, which Star Wars one? She's like, a Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet. And I said, oh, I didn't see that. She goes, oh, I was in there, but we left it. I'm like, oh, you don't want to get it for me? And my wife said, no, we didn't pick it up. You can go back if you want. So after work one day, I went back, looked everywhere, and I realized money banks, probably pottery. So it's probably like actually made of ceramic. And I found it on the shelf, and it cost me, I took the sticker off, I think it cost me like $10. Look at this beautiful thing. It's a fully ceramic, it's a money bank, and the money bank's in a weird location, a weird shape. I don't think that's enough for a 50-cent piece, but it's ceramic. And it's about yay thickness, so it's near made. So it's not small and it's not large. It's not small and it's not large. Have you found the rebels yet? No, I haven't found the rebels yet. Yeah, cool. Really nice looking, really clean, really pristine. I mean, it needs a wipe down, but it's got a little hole underneath for taking the coins out. And it is legitimate, not illegitimate, StarWars.com, Lucasfilm Limited. I love this thing. It's so cute. I don't know where I'm going to put it, though, because I'm going to have no room in this room. No room in this room. It's very large. And I have no room. Look, if I could fit it up on my Star Wars shelf up here with my Millennium Falcon and my Mando stuff, I would, but I just don't have room. I will figure it out. But that's the last thing I wanted to show you. I do have a Mad Max thing here. It's still boxed. I will not talk about it right now. I'll talk about it when I can set it up on my Mad Max shelf, which is not going to be for a while. But yeah, my Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet. $10. Bit pricey, really. But I mean, like, I love it. It looks beautiful. And that's it. I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to leave you there. Thank you so much for spending time with me this evening. For those that are replay crew, enjoy the stay and thank you for coming. And leave a comment, leave a share, leave a thumbs up, a thumbs down. If there's somebody you think will like this video, that likes having a bit of controversy, have a chat about things, have an opinion about things. Opinions are important, guys. Opinions are important. Please point them away to my channel or at least share my link. Jump on my Instagram, neon_doom_room or neon.doom, or jump on my email, neondoomroom@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Say whatever you like. Doesn't really bother me. Let me know your birthday. Anything you want me to talk about, let me know in comments or shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to chat about what other people want to talk about. And we will see you on the next Neon Doom Room next Saturday. Hopefully with a guest. We'll see how that works out because I haven't had time to chat to them lately. Mark, thank you for hanging with me, for being my wingman. And I hope you have a good night. Good luck with your deadline. I hope it's getting close. I'm not hearing anything back from you, so I'm going to let you go. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. BZ in the Neon Doom Room. Roddy, thank you so much. Have a good night, Roddy. Rotten Roddy. And we'll see you on the next Doom vlog, episode 45. Getting close to 50. We'll have to celebrate somehow. Maybe I'll bake a cake in the shape of Roddy. I won't do that. But let's figure out what we're going to do. Have a good one, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Love you. Leave you. Don't forget to crush your cougars. Oh my god, that sounds bad. And whisk your whiskey. and have a good night. Pat your mum for me and say good night to your dog, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Doom Vlog. Love ya, leave ya, BZ out.
What do they think? He can't hold his liquor. What do they